What? Are you jealous or something? Good thing, because I'm about to show you how to make these bad boys. Hey ladies, welcome back. My name is Marin and this is Thankful Thriftiness. You know that go-to recipe that when you're having a bad day, when you're hosting, or when you're going to someone's house, you always end up making? For me, it's these simple chocolate chip cookies. They're super easy to make, very basic recipe. Years ago, our family was hanging out with another family and the mom made these wonderful chocolate chip cookies. They were the best we had ever had. She told me it was a recipe she had found online and she was happy to share it, which was so sweet of her. She also told me a couple secrets that made it a little extra special. So I took that recipe and I started making it. A lot. And then the recipe changed throughout the years, so much so that there are now a few renditions of this recipe. My mom has a healthier rendition and so does my sister. I tend to just gravitate towards the not so healthy rendition. What can I say? They're good. I'm gonna stop talking about these wonderful things and I'm gonna show you how you can make them for yourself. I linked a free PDF of the recipe down below, so don't forget to download that as well. So let's jump right into it. For this recipe, you're going to need a stand-up mixer with a paddle attachment, saran wrap, a spatula and a wooden spoon, parchment paper, and an ice cream scoop, or a cookie dough scoop if you have one. I just have an ice cream scoop. This is Thankful Thriftiness, y'all. I'm gonna hack it with what I got. This recipe uses just basic, simple cookie ingredients. For this recipe, you will need flour, baking soda, salt, 2 sticks of butter, white sugar, brown sugar, 2 eggs, chocolate chips, oats, and vanilla extract. I know you don't see vanilla extract in the video. Like I said, this is Thankful Thriftiness. I thought it would be better to just do the recipe. It tasted great just as it was. It wasn't worth it to me to drive all the way to the store just to make one batch of cookies, so. But yes, in the PDF down below, you will find vanilla in the recipe, so don't freak out. I didn't forget it. I just didn't have it. Like most recipes, you're gonna start out by mixing your dry ingredients. In a medium mixing bowl, measure out 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of oats. Whisk together all your dry ingredients and then set them aside so you can work on your wet ingredients. In your stand-up mixer, combine 2 sticks of softened butter, 1/4 cup of your granulated or white sugar, and 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar. Now would be the time to add your teaspoon of vanilla extract. But as I mentioned before, there was none to be found, so yeah. Beat together your sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla until creamy. This is one of those secrets that makes this recipe so special. I don't know exactly why, but when you beat it together only partially, it doesn't turn out the same. So make sure that you combine it until it looks something like this. Next, add in your 2 eggs, one at a time, beating well after each additional egg. Now it's time to grab your dry ingredients and gradually add them into the stand-up mixer. Do not make the mistake of adding it all at once, because I promise you, you will regret it. I've been cooking for a long time and I may or may not have done that with my sourdough this morning. Confession. I like to add mine in increments of 1/3, so it seems to work well. Just, it makes flour not fly everywhere, because that is what will happen if you add it in all at once. Once your dough is all combined, it's time to add in 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. I like dark chocolate, my husband likes milk chocolate, so for our family, semi-sweet works pretty well. The correct way to actually measure that is to measure out 1.5 cups, and as you're measuring your last half cup, do a little oops. That's the way to do it. For a while, I had a bunch of M&Ms left over from our wedding, so I'd throw in a bunch of those as well. Just use what you've got. If your mixture is struggling to stir in the chocolate chips, you may want to pull it out and actually stir in the chocolate chips with your hands to combine it because the dough can get pretty stiff. After that's complete, line 1 cookie sheet with parchment paper. Taking my ice cream scoop, or like I said, if you have a cookie dough scoop or just your hands, scoop out the amount of cookie dough you would like. Adjust the cooking time accordingly. You can see the size I do here, but you can do them bigger, smaller, whatever suits your occasion. Just make sure to adjust the cooking time and maybe even the temperature. Here's the other little secret about this recipe. Do not bake off your cookies right now. Put them in the fridge and chill them for at least 30 minutes. Something about it, I don't even know what, but this was the other secret that was shared with me, and I'm so thankful for it because it completely changes the way that these cookies form and hold together. While your cookies are chilling, set your oven to 375 degrees. Once your cookie dough balls are properly chilled, separate them out into 2 cookie sheets. If you leave them also close together on the one, they'll just spread into each other and they will not resemble cookies. It'll be a casserole. So separate them out into at least 2 cookie sheets, maybe more, up to you. Then pop your cookies in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes. That number is totally dependent on a lot of different circumstances, so don't stick too closely to that number. I tend to cook mine around 10 minutes because my oven isn't the hottest. You might cook it a little longer because you like them crispier. I like them doughier. Griffin likes them crispier. So we just kind of mess around and find what works best for us. So you should do the same. Obviously, if you chose to make bigger cookies, you need to bake them for longer as well. Pull them out of the oven and leave them on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes. After those 5 minutes, it's optional to move them to a cooling rack. Like I said, I prefer mine doughier, but most people would probably prefer to move their cookies to a cooling rack at this point. After that, you're all ready to dig in and enjoy. Fresh out of the oven, these cookies are so warm and chocolatey and just perfect. So don't forget to at least sample them right after they come out of the oven. So that's it. Let me know in the comments below, like I said, what your go-to recipe is. And if you're looking for a cookie recipe, this is a wonderful one. For all those cookie dough eaters out there who eat more cookie dough than actual cookies, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know in the comments below that I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or would like to make this recipe yourself, please click the like button. And if you're not already, please subscribe to this channel. Have a wonderful rest of your day, y'all, and happy baking. And eating, of course.